Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to share a video that we took when we took a 30-minute drive to Niagara on the Lake and decided to have a thrifting day. It was the most gorgeous day. The sun was shining. I think it was about 24 degrees, and this part of the world is just so beautiful. It's very historic. It's right on the Niagara Gorge. So on the one side of the gorge is the Ontario side, the Niagara Falls, and on the other side, just a little boat trip away, is the American side of the falls. It was a little village called Niagara on the Lake, as I said, that was established in the 1700s. It was originally settled by the Aboriginal people, obviously the natives, and it was, I believe, in 1700s, probably about 1790s, I think, that it was settled by the British, who built a fort, and it was a very prominent feature in the War of 1812. But as you can see by the trees, it's such a beautiful area. It's very old. A lot of the houses are extremely old. That's the gorge there. So the other side of the river is the American side, and in the summertime it's just full of boats. It is just so beautiful. But like as I said, most of them are historic houses and can't be knocked down or rebuilt. They have to stay within character. So there are lots of lovely old iron fences and gates and traditional brick walls. It is just so beautiful. The trees are bought because there's such a big variety of trees. A lot of them were bought with the settlers, so that's why there's the autumn colours are so pronounced in this area. As you drive along the Niagara Parkway, you'll come upon Fort George. This was built between 1796 and 1799 and was a big bone of contention during the War of 1812. It was captured and recaptured by the British and Americans. It's now a living museum. It is such a beautiful place to visit, so if you're ever over there and you get the chance, do check it out. It's open year round, and they do all sorts of special days throughout the year. It is a lovely place and well worth a visit. Just down the street from the fort is the little town of Niagara on the Lake, and this is such a pretty little place. There's lots of historic buildings, lovely old churches, and if you're there on the weekend, you'll hear those bells ringing. It's such a lovely atmosphere. Unfortunately, it is a tourist trap. The last few times we've been has been during COVID, and because we live so close, obviously it's somewhere we could go, and it's been lovely when it's been so quiet. But to this particular day, we just thought we'd have a drive through, just to see, what was going on. Like I said, we haven't been there in a long time. It's a lovely little town. There were plenty of people around. Obviously the parking was full. We're just coming up on the Prince of Wales Hotel. This place is lovely. Again, if you're ever here, stay there and check it out. They do a lovely afternoon tea, and they're just starting to decorate for Christmas. And as you can imagine, this little town in the Christmas season is so picturesque. It is beautiful. It's quite well known for its festival. We have the Shore Festival, which goes from, it starts in the summertime and goes right up until Christmas, and it's a lovely thing, and we usually go every year. It's been missed the last 2 years because of COVID, but I think it's back to normal this year. But all the Christmas shows, Holiday Inn, singing, they're all being repeated, so we've seen them all, so we won't be going this year. But as you can see by the buildings, they are beautiful old buildings. They are all protected because of their age, and they are all in keeping. All the neighbourhoods around town are like this, and it is very pretty. So we managed to find a spot and we took a little walk downtown. All the shops are very picturesque and quaint. This little shop, the hat shop, has been around for as many years as I can remember, and it's just that they're all so quaint. Look, in the winter time when it's decorated for Christmas, it is just beautiful. There is a Christmas store.
You're very welcome. Merry Christmas.
It's open year round, but everything is decorated for Christmas, and it's well worth a visit if you're ever there. Even the horse and carriages are decked up for the holidays. So if you ever get the chance, come visit. So we happened upon this little market, and this was on the drive home, and it's on the escarpment driveway home. And this place was very unassuming from the outside, but on the inside it was a rabbit warren of rooms and hallways, and everything was just so lovely. We really had, I filmed most of it, but it was just like an hour's worth of video by the end of it. They had everything, and it was really nice quality as well, and the pricing wasn't that bad considering it's a tourist area. I did expect there were obviously some of the prices were a little bit higher than normal, but in general they weren't bad prices. So we had a really good walk around and took it all in. As you can see, it's general things. There were lots of china, lots of jewellery, but what we did find was they had specific rooms. They had a military room, which was like a long corridor. That was really cool. And there was a couple of rooms that I didn't actually get to video because there was people in them. Obviously you don't like to do that, but there was one and it was just amazing. It was only small, but it had taxidermy, in which for some reason I'm fascinated by, and really, really out of the ordinary. Like it was bowler hats and top hats and spats and the most beautiful walking canes with gold carved handles, and it was amazing. Now the prices were obviously, it was not for the faint-hearted, but in general the quality of the stuff that was in this antique mall was really extraordinary. So there was a particular room that I classed as my favourite. It was just full of the most beautiful dishes and crockery. L'Image, you just don't get that. You don't see that anywhere. And it was, I think because of the tourist area it was in, it was a bit of a more international. They had Murano glass and, there was stuff from everywhere. But there was a particular area that was with a lot of royal dishes and memorabilia, which that was really nice. You don't see that, a collection like that. There was a couple of them that were really quite comprehensive, so that was nice. But they did have a beautiful area that was just transferware. there was, like I said, there was a room full, but I only filmed some of it because I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. But there were some beautiful pieces there, and again, all the colours are that even the Wedgwoods. There was a lot of Wedgwood, and they were lovely pieces. Some of them were a little bit overpriced, but again, some of them were not too bad. So there are pieces that I still look for that, if the price is right, I will pick up. This particular blue collection caught my eye, and I would have loved this, but it was, I think, $700 for the collection, so I left that behind. You can see just above there was a little box with the opera glasses in, and I think they were $95. I have been looking for a pair of really nice opera glasses but I have a budget, and I won't veer from that budget because you do see them on occasion. Obviously the quality varies, but I do find if I set a budget and I don't go above or beyond that, I mean, if somebody wants to buy me a gift, I'll tell them, and if they want to put together something like that. But in general, if I want something specific, I'll only buy it if the price is right. It's funny as you walk around these places and you find things that you had in your own home. Oh, this glass, this green and black glass. I remember my mum having this. I remember the cat. I remember the horse. I remember the bowls. And I mean, I don't know what happened to it over the years, but it just shows at some point everything old is new again. So these are the treasures I brought home. It was all transferware. There was a couple of items this I'd never seen before, or not this particular shape of plate. So the jug was the first one I saw, and this was just beautiful. I haven't seen a jug like that for this price ever. I think it was $25, and I think the cheapest I've seen it was $70. And this plate caught my eye because it was Toronto. It was early Canada, 1842. I just thought it was really appropriate from where we were that day. So I did bring these 3 home, all for under $40. So I certainly got some really good deals, and again, I'm going to use them on my Christmas table because they are such lovely finds.